online. For our guests online, we would appreciate that while you are not speaking, your mic is muted. And when you want to speak, you can unmute your mic. We will also encourage that you put on your camera so we see the beautiful and handsome faces. For those online, for those physically present here, we'd like to wear the next few things. Once you go out to the left, just straight down, you see the restroom. If you want to use, if you need to use the restroom. And as I said at the time for today, if you need anything, you can call my attention to whatever you need for this meeting. We also like to encourage that while people after people speak, or by the directive of the Toastmaster of the day, please do well to use our powers and encourage those who will be speaking today. That being said, I'd not like us to go to kindly rise up. For those online, you can join us. The Toastmasters promise will be displayed. You can join us to recite the Toastmasters promise. While those here, please let's rise as we take our Toastmasters promise. Take the commitment to who we are and why we are Toastmasters. Can you join me as we read the Toastmasters promise? The Toastmasters promise. As a member of Toastmasters International and my club, I promise to attend with me to prepare for read that on the Toastmasters education program, to prepare for and fulfill unique assignments, to provide relevant and powerful and successful evaluations, to help the government in friendly environments necessary for all members to learn and grow. To serve my club as an officer when called upon to do so. To treat my fellow club members and my peers with respect and consistency. To be embarrassed of club meetings so they can see the benefits of self-membership. To provide guidelines and rules for all Toastmasters engagement and member knowledge. To have to lead Toastmasters core values of integrity, success, service, and excellence, together the conduct of all Toastmasters activities and the people of language. So I learned. Thank you very much. Please, you may have a seat. As we move about to start now, I am not the one who will be doing the talking about resolution. But I'd like to invite the first citizen of LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club who will be speaking to us on the theme of this meeting and will be chairing this meeting. Our president is a sales personnel who is very passionate about leadership and branding. Each one that we have the team for today as branding or personalizing your branding style. He is someone who is passionate about leadership, someone who is passionate about service. If we can have it via being displayed, his favorite quote for he joined Toastmasters in 2022. His favorite quote is, "We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence then is not an act, but a habit." Fellow Toastmasters and guests, both physically and online, please join me as I make welcome the president of LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club, none other than the new president of LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club, none other than Toastmaster Olushola or Nigerians. Exactly when you get there.
Good afternoon, citizens of LEARNTOR. Good afternoon, distinguished guests. Please confirm I'm being heard online especially. Please confirm I'm being heard. Can I get a feedback from the online team? Am I being heard? You can come off mute. I just want to make sure you're part of the entire proceeding in this room. Please confirm I'm being heard, online team.
Yes, you are, Mr. President.
Okay, fantastic. When you hear names like Coca-Cola, Mercedes, BMW, or you hear names like Johnson Maxwell, or Cristiano Ronaldo, or even Lionel Messi, or our very own Anthony Joshua, what does it mean to your mind? There's something that resonates in your mind. When, for example, hear the name BMW, everybody thinks of a particular type of car, a style of car. And so, branding to each and every one of us is our DNA. It's a composition of many things. It is who we are, and it is what we do. Last week, I was attending a funeral, and the only thing everybody had to say about the person you receive is to redefine punctuality. That's a brand. If you are a late comer, that's a brand. If you solve problems, that's what we know you for. That's your brand. If you will never take no for an answer, and you're resilient, that's your brand. If when you come up here, you're able to communicate to us effectively, that's your brand. If you're always in the gym, every morning, 5 a.m., that's your brand. If you never look for us, people don't look for you. That's also your brand, right? And so our brand is, yes, on the outside, the way we dress, the way we speak, what we do, but more importantly, it's also our character, or the character of an organization, or the character of the business. But today, why are we here? We're here to talk about our brand as individuals. In our journey with Toastmasters, we want to become good communicators, we want to become great leaders. That ultimately lasts to our brand. Have you ever been to an institution where everybody just wants to work with a particular manager, and everybody does not want to work with another particular manager? That's also a brand. And so today, we're going to have a number of speeches. We're going to have people playing roles. All of those are people building their brand, the ability to communicate. Communication is life, right? The ability to communicate, the ability to lead. All of that constitutes our brand. It's not just about the Instagram thing, the LinkedIn thing. Those are important. They shouldn't be ruled out. But to the core of every brand is your character, is your ability to keep the time, is your ability to really communicate to your audience. That is what your brand is all about. Of course, you need to then amplify it. I mean, it's a great thing we have digital marketers like their nurses, you then need to amplify it. So I think the part if you feel on marketing, but if you need to amplify, you can talk to but you also need to amplify, because when people don't know you, they can't relate your brand to an opportunity or to a problem. Everybody knows if you're thirsty today, what do you ask for? I'd like a bottle of water, or I'd like a bottle of coffee. Right. And that's because the ground is synonymous to something. What are you synonymous to? What am I synonymous to? And so I wish us a happy celebration today as we continue on that journey of building our individual personal rights. And to sign off, my name is Elisha. I'm your friend. I'm also your president and your chief servant. Thank you. Happy celebrations. So it gives me great pleasure to hand over to the compare for today's meeting. And she's someone I really admire. I enjoy working with her. She is on that talk. But we're like 5 and 6 because we just vibe. We just vibe. She's our immediate past. She's our immediate past VP, and she's currently our treasurer. She's a branding professional. She's in charge of Martina. You have a party or an event organized. Please, you can accuse me of anything, but I need to amplify and grow the chocolate in the people, right? So if you're thinking of a gathering and you're thinking of what to do, please look no further than Martina. Our favorite quote is, life is either a daring adventure or nothing at all, which is by Edward Keller. And so it gives me great pleasure to invite this beautiful, awesome, talented woman on stage as our conference for the day. Please welcome with me Toastmaster team.
Wow. Very good afternoon, everyone. Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster Olusola, for that luminous introduction of my personality. Indeed, I'm very grateful. It's a great pleasure to be playing the role of the Toastmaster of the Day today. And as the Toastmaster of the Day, I am the presiding officer of today's meeting. My name, that's a lot of authority. Please, can I get a round of applause? Okay. And the role of the Toastmaster of the Day is more like that of an MC that would be guiding us through the different aspects of today's meeting. And just to let you know the different parts or segments that we have in today's meeting. So the first segment of the meeting will be like the introduction of the different role players, and I won't be doing that by alone. I won't be doing that by myself because I've got a lot of army and soldiers that will be working with me. I'll be doing that. That will be done by the General Valentine, so first I'll introduce him. And then we have the other segment of the meeting, which is the table topics segment. This segment, we get club members and guests speak extemporaneously. I think I'm doing better at the pronunciation of that word. Yeah, and then we'll give people opportunity to really speak and express themselves. And then the second part of the meeting is then this segment that is very core to the heart of Toastmasters, which is the prepared speeches. And the prepared speeches are done by the club members, delivered by the club members, working alongside their mentors. So we're taking about 3 prepared speeches later on today. And then go to the final segment of the meeting, which is the evaluation segment. And for us as Toastmasters, of course, feedback is very important. That's the reason why we'll never have a meeting without evaluation. Just to speak a little on the theme for today's meeting. When I read the theme of the meeting, I was very excited and delighted because branding is something that is very dear to my heart. And when you think about branding, what does branding mean to you? Branding is something that differentiates you from the pack. It differentiates you from everyone. Just like Mr. President said, your brand, like you are a brand. In fact, there are two levels to this. There's products and there's brand. So brand is when you have added that's when you have added that unique differentiating factor. It elevates you from being a product. If you don't have anything that you stand for, or you don't have anything that means anything to you, right? You might just exist. You might just exist and you will exist as a product. But for you to take yourself like a notch higher, right? You need to have a unique offer. You need to have a differentiating proposition, like punctuality. It could be whatever it is that you really want to stand for, and that defines your brand. I'll just like to ask maybe 2 people in the hall and 1 person online, if possible. When someone think about you as an individual, what's that one thing that comes to mind? Or what's that one thing you want them, right, to think about you, or one word rather, you would like for them to describe you if you're not there yet? If you are there yet, what's that word that would be used to describe you? Because again, branding is a journey, right? By the show of hands, anybody in? Yay, thank you. I smile. Ah, that's why we call her the Queen of Smile. Thank you, Queen of Smile. Anybody else? Is there any unique thing about you that you know that can be used to distinguish you when you walk into a crowd that makes you your brand? Yeah, thank you.
Yes, you
Fantastic. You can see him now, the dapper man. It's very good. And anyone online wants to try, what's that one word that can be used to describe you? Is it like it's a work in progress, or is something that you already exude? Online. Hello. Can you guys hear me? I don't think we have to go online because nobody will actually.
I'm gonna respond. I will respond. I'll say when somebody thinks of me, they think I'm unstoppable.
Yay! From her voice, you can down. Thank you very kindly for that. And with that, I'll say that at the end of this meeting, I'd like us, as we listen to the different parts, and we'll go into the different parts of this session, challenge us to actually write a statement about that word. It has to be like a very short statement. It doesn't have to be long. So like, for instance, when you think about like the brand statement itself is known as the brand tagline. So for Nike, it's just do it. For a local brand in Nigeria, for instance, pick milk. It's in you. So just like a very short line at the end of this meeting, whoever it is that is able to come up with, I'll be rewarding three different people or 3 persons who will be giving us their personal branding statement. So with that, we're going into the next segment of this meeting. And like I said, I'm working with a formidable team. And could you help me bring up the profile? Yeah. Okay. So at this point, I'll be handing over the letter to the general evaluator. But just before I do that, I'd like to speak to his bio. Tim Jago is an adopted family member. Sorry, I put you through the Yeah. Oh, you're not the president. Oh, I'm sorry, Madam President. Yeah, he's our adopted member, and he's a friend of the house. Yes, you're welcome. So he's a friend of the house, and we're very delighted to always have him come around, and not just coming around, also actively participating in our meetings. It means a lot to us at LEARNTOR. And he is the immediate past president of LEARNTOR Toastmasters, just like I mentioned. His favorite mantra, or his favorite quote is right living brings out right living. So he's a user experience designer. So if you have any design or you have any design in mind, he's your go-to plug. Toastmaster Jago. Thank you very much, Annie.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. I like energy. Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests. Good afternoon. In the words of Enrique Sida, the Chief Product Officer of Native Gates, feedback is the compass for greatness. It tells you what to avoid, what to learn, and where to excel. Feedback is the compass to greatness. And my role today exists to guide us to greatness. And you might ask, what are the responsibilities of the general evaluator? And my responsibilities are basically to evaluate and give feedback regarding every portion of today's meeting. I will look at what happens in the meeting and what doesn't happen. I will note good examples of preparation, enthusiasm, and organization. And I will come back at the end of this meeting to give my reports. But I will not be doing this task of giving feedback alone. I have a team of competent Toastmasters who are here to assist me. And the first Toastmaster who is going to be assisting me on this journey is the president of LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. She's a biomedical scientist who joined Toastmasters in November 2020. She has served as vice president membership, vice president education, and is currently serving as the president of LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. She loves to read, write, dance, and network with great minds. And her life mantra is a quote by Babe Ruth. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. Never let the fear of striking out keep you from playing the game. With a round of applause, let's welcome Toastmaster Chika Maduka.
Thank you very much, General Evaluator, for that wonderful introduction. Good afternoon, awesome Toastmasters and our esteemed guests. Not really guests, like all physically. Welcome to Toastmasters International. LEARNTOR Toastmasters International. Okay, so it's my duty today to time the meeting. And there's a quote by a British writer that says that is William Penn, that says that time is what we want most, but what we use worst. So I'm here to ensure that we use our time wisely. The timeline is here without cartoons. Okay. So going to the agenda, I can see that we have different segments of the timing, the table topic segments, the prepared speeches, and the evaluation segments. So my table topics is 1 to 2 minutes. So once you see the green card, that means you're spoken for 1 minute. When you see the yellow card, it means you've spoken for 1 minute 30 seconds. And when you see the red card, it means you've spoken for 2 minutes. And that means that you have 30 seconds to wrap up and hand over to the next, to the person who wanted over to you. Now for the prepared speeches, we have 2 categories, 4 to 6 minutes and 5 to 7 minutes. So for the 4 to 6 minutes, when you see in fact, for the 4 to 6 minutes and for the 5 to 7 minutes, when you see the green card, it means it's looking for, 4 to 6 minutes, 4 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes, 5 minutes. And when we see the yellow card, 4 to 6 minutes is looking for 5 minutes, 5 to 7 minutes is only for 6 minutes. When you see the red card, it means that you have 1 more minutes to go. And no, when you see the red card, it means you're talking for 6 minutes for the 4 to 6, and you're talking for 7 minutes for the 5 to 7, and you still have 30 seconds to wrap up and get off the stage. Okay, that's a very nice way. So, okay, so I would also be timing the evaluation segment. It's not supposed to be for 3 minutes, but I can see from the agenda that it's 2 minutes. So I'll be timing for 2 minutes. So it's the same way, the green, the yellow, and the red, and you have 30 seconds to wrap up. All right, and just like today's theme is about branding, let's not be latecomer, our president said. Let's try to be on time and follow the time. Just I'll be right there. So when it's for sweet please let's obey the timing rules. Thank you so much. I'll be back to give my report at the end of the meeting. Thank you so much. I'll be back to you.
Thank you. Our time of the day. Let me tell you one of the great hallmarks of a great Toastmaster. She picked up that role a minute before she came on stage and she delivered. So let's give another round of applause to our panel. The next member of my team is the grammarian. And our grammarian is a Toastmaster I respect very much. She holds the rank of distinguished Toastmaster. That is the highest ranking possible in Toastmasters as an organization. Our grammarian is the name of it. It's a tune. Our grammarian is a current financial manager of our district 130. Our hobbies include volunteering, watching movies, dancing, and combat sports. And our favorite quote is, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. With a round of applause, let us welcome to the virtual lecture this time, distinguished Toastmaster Chidi Chukwudimadu. So I think DTM Chidi is not online at the moment. So let's move on to the app counter. The next role player I will be introducing is the app counter. And our app counter for today is Toastmaster LEARNTOR Toastmaster. Toastmaster LEARNTOR.
Sorry.
Toastmaster LEARNTOR works in HR consulting, and our hobbies include sightseeing, exploring life, and meeting interesting people. Our favorite quote is, "To thyself be true." Please join me with another round of applause as we welcome Toastmaster LEARNTOR.
Amazing afternoon to us, all fellow Toastmasters and guests. My name is Toby Ojo, and I'm the hack counter for today. Thank you, General Evaluator, for the introduction. So as the hack counter for today, my job function is to ensure we take note of how we present our speeches or how we make our speeches or contributions. I'll be taking note of filler words or words that we use to take time, which reduces the quality of our speeches. Such words as you know, and also overused words. So kindly ensure to pay attention to the quality of your speeches as we all improve towards good leadership. Thank you very much. At the end of the meeting, I'll be back with my report. Over to you, the General Evaluator of the day.
Thank you, Toastmaster LEARNTOR. I have no doubt that you're going to dazzle us when you're back to give your reports. Our next role player, or my next role player, is the listening evaluator. And our listening evaluator for today is a customer relations officer. She is currently the VP Public Relations 2 in LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. Her hobbies include listening to music, watching movies, and reading novels. Her favorite quote is, "The sky is wide enough for everyone to fly. Why not take flight?" Join me in a round of applause as we welcome to the stage Toastmaster Cynthia.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good afternoon.
Thank you, General Victor, for the introduction. So, my role is the listener evaluator. So, the role of the listener evaluator is basically to make sure that we're paying attention to the things said within the meeting, not outside the meeting. So, basically, just keep your ears open. That's the reason we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So you keep your ears open to whatever is going to be said today, and I will accompany to ask questions to ensure that you're actually following us. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Cynthia. We'll be sure to keep our ears open. And my final role player is the grammarian. And stepping into that role will be our IPP, Toastmaster Elizabeth Noah.
Thank you very kindly, Mr. G. Good afternoon again, fellow Toastmasters and guests. As mentioned, I am standing in for this role. Good thing we have the word of the day already given by Vermilion. Our word of the day today is luminous. Can we say that? Luminous. Can we not say that together? Even those online, you can type it. Can we do that again? Luminous. Luminous is an adjective. What this means is it's radiating or reflecting lights. Clear, enlightening, or inspiring. The synonyms of luminous could be radiate, glowing, bright, or brilliant. Now I'll give examples of how we can use this word. Toastmaster Chidima's luminous personality made her stand out in every meeting, effortlessly going into towards her. Another example is the luminous design of Toastmaster John's presentation slide captivated the audience, highlighting his creativity and attention to detail. Our creativity and attention to detail. The last example here is Toastmaster Elizabeth wore a luminous smile throughout her speech, making her message not only heard, but also felt by everyone in the room. As a Ghanaian, I'd like to encourage each of us to use the word of the day while we speak, or even as we type on the chat box for those online. Use the word of the day as you speak. At the end of the meeting, I'll be coming out to know how many of us have used the word of the day correctly in our words. Not only will I be doing that, I'll also be looking out for people who use grammar correctly. So while you speak today, especially for those who is giving speeches, try to use the words lightly. At Toastmasters, we're here to learn. We're here to give our statements, our brand statements. Let your grammar be your brand statement today. Back to you, Mr. G.
Thank you, Toastmaster Lee, for stepping into the role of grammarian. From the introduction of my role players, you can see that we all have a luminous presence, and we're going to bring radiance to this meeting when we give our reports. I would like to leave you with words from American author Henry Cloud. The natural response to evaluation is to feel judged. We have to mature to a place where we respond to it with gratitude and love feedback. We will come back on stage and give our reports. of what we've done well and what we need to improve. Back to you, the Toastmaster of the day.
Thank you very kindly, very luminous general evaluator. And do you know the reason why I use the word luminous for him? Because he did something very, very smart. We had like a couple of role players who probably didn't show up for one reason or the other, and he was able to do that. I mean, he was able to, replace them without anyone even noticing. Please, let's give him a round of applause. Thank you. I would also like to appreciate the two luminous Toastmasters who also took this place. Please, can they get also a round of applause? And indeed, we'll be segueing into the next part of this meeting. And the next part of the meeting is the table topics session. The table topics session, like I mentioned earlier, is that session where people come up to, that helps club members and guests improve their extemporaneous speaking. And to champion this particular segment of the meeting today is no other person than a very special and dear Toastmaster to my heart, Toastmaster Okoyemi. Toastmaster Okoyemi is a business developer and an entrepreneur. She was our past vice president membership, and she's been very, very instrumental in the growth of this club, I must say. Our favorite quote is "Make hay while the sun shines." And with this, I'll be passing over the lantern or handing over the lantern to her virtually to actually run this particular segment. Toastmaster Okoyemi, it's over to you.
Thank you most luminously, my Toastmaster of the day. Please confirm you can hear me. Hello, everyone. Please confirm you can hear me. Awesome. I'm most excited to be here to play the role of the table topics master today, because the table topics session is one session I look forward to in the table topics event. Why? Because it is one event that enables me and you to develop the skills of impromptu speaking. And this is always challenging. That is one reason why many people shy away from being engaged in the table topics session. But today I will be encouraging you, because this is a way of us testing our skills, improving on our abilities. And I would say welcome again to the table topics session. The table topics session is a session that also helps you to quickly organize and express your thoughts in a very clear way, luminously, in a way that will leave an impression in the people's hearts by the time they are leaving. And somebody said that what people will remember about you is not what you said or how you said it, but how you made them feel. And the table topics session is a time in which we can be able to learn how to express ourselves impromptu, quickly organizing our thoughts together. And thinking of table topics speech, I would want you to think of like just a mini speech with an opening, a body, and also a conclusion. If you can have that idea of how to craft a speech in that manner, then picking up a question during the table topics section will be very easy for you. And so I want to encourage every one of us, either you are playing a role today, or you are a guest in the house, or even you are not playing any role today. This is an opportunity for you to participate in the luminous events of the required to speak for 1 to 2 minutes. And everyone is going to be participating. If you speak after 2 minutes, 30 seconds, you'll be disqualified. And one wonderful thing about Toastmaster is that we learn to manage our time, even when we are speaking. And so because the purpose of this session is the time when we prepare ourselves to speak, to give mini speeches, we learn to be conscious of our time. And I'll be sharing the questions. I'll be sharing the questions shortly, but I would like us to show interest if anyone here is interested in playing on this game with us today by showing interest, you can raise up your hand, or those that are online, you can just raise a hand. Either you are a guest. I would prefer a guest. Oh, fantastic. We have somebody online here. Yomi Babaroti. Awesome. Thank you very much. She's a guest, I believe. And thank you very much. So please confirm if you can see my screen right now. Please confirm if you can see my screen and share it. Okay, those who are not online, please confirm if you can see my screen. If you are participating offline, please, you can raise your hand if you can see my screen. I'm already sharing my screen. Okay, if you are participating online, please let me know if you can see my screen before I take on the topic.
I can see your screen.
Yes, I can see your screen.
I'm not getting any feedback. Is somebody still hearing me?
The screen is visible to me.
Oh, my internet connection is not stable. I apologize for that. Please let me know if you can see my screen.
You can see your screen, but we need you to project your screen. Increase the volume.
Okay. Okay. What about now?
Still the same. It's still at the same level. We can't hear anything. I don't think it's different from others, right? But let's hear it. Now, people online from somebody different.
I
can see
online,
the screen and I can hear her.
Very clearly, right?
A bit faint, but I can hear her.
You can hear me a bit faint. Okay, let me see. What about now?
Same thing.
Okay, so.
All right, so we have Titilayo Mr. Batunde, who is raising her hand to participate in a table topic session. That is so exciting to even know that we have a guest in the house today who is showing interest to participate in the table topic session. Since I would like us to encourage her by giving her a round of applause. Thank you very much, Namdi. Yeah, so Titilayo, what number would you like to choose from 1 to 4?
Okay, I would like to choose number 1.
Awesome. All right. Please remember that you are encouraged to use a word of the day. The question goes thus. Are you ready? Titilayo?
Yeah, so please kindly remind me of the word of the day because I'm actually commuting. I'm trying to manage myself.
Okay, luminous is the word of the day. The question goes thus. Do you think expressing your weak points is a good way to sell yourself? Do you think expressing your weak points is a good way to sell yourself?
Okay. So if I heard you well, you said the question is, do I think expressing my weakness is a good way to sell myself?
Perfect.
I will answer the question by saying yes and no. And the reason why I'm going to say yes and no is because it depends on the person I want to show my weakness to. There are some people that when you become so vulnerable to them, they want to help you to achieve what you want to achieve. However, some others see it as an avenue to mock you, to chatter you, to ensure that you do not achieve what you want to achieve. So you must be able to know the person you are sharing your vulnerability with. It's not wrong for you not to know certain things and to ask people, but you should try to ask the right people. Asking the right person the right question will go a long way in helping you to achieve what you want to achieve, rather than making a fool of yourself in the presence of those who do not even want you to even shine in the first place. Thank you. Hello.
Amazing. Thank you very much, Titila Yomi. Everyone is applauding you. Thank you very much for coming out boldly, confidently to share such a luminous speech on this topic of how to sell yourself to someone and being able to know who to share your weak points with or who not to share your weak points with. Thank you very much. That was really educating and enlightening. Thank you very much. Oh, I would like to confirm from my timer if I still have some minutes to allow one more person to speak, because I know that we are behind time. Madam Timer, please, do we have chance to allow 2 more people to speak or 1 more person? Hello? Oh, great. All right. So we still have 2 more people, opportunity for 2 more people. All right. So if you are also interested in picking one of my questions, we have 3 more questions to go. We have 1 gone. We have 3 more questions to go. If you are interested in picking 1 more question from the 3, please, with a raise of hands. Okay. Can we have somebody who is offline, on site, to share? Oh, Aisha knows the red card. That is interesting. Oh, wow. So that means it's time up. Can we have 1 more person, please?
It's time for the table topic segment.
All right. Okay. So we are already out of time. We will not be able to take any other person.
You can take one.
I can take 1 more person. Thank you very much. My Toastmaster of the day. All right. 1 more person. I'll prefer somebody who is offline. Somebody online already participated. Can we have 1 more speaker, please? Are you shy? You don't like my face? I can put up my video if you don't like to see my face. You can just say something. Awesome. Thank you very much. Please, can I know your name?
My name is
Toastmaster Joe. Awesome. I particularly love your outfit. The cap is luminous. Thank you very much. Please speak a question. Questions 1 to 3. Please pick 1 question you would like to answer. Question 1 is gone. Still on our theme of building your personal brand. Pick a question. Please don't forget the
question.
You have questions 2, 3, and 4. Because I used to see my screen. Question what?
3.
3. Awesome. 3. Okay, great. Yes. So the questions goes thus. What characters set you apart in your workplace? What characters set you, Toastmaster Joe, apart in your workplace? Please remember to use the word of the day. Over to you.
Okay. And after the whole rounds were shared, the place was empty, but the ramps had defecated during the time that we were there, and the compound was all messy and all. And it was like no one was saying anything. It was at the back of the compound, so it wasn't affecting the main building. But we usually go there to do some things, and anytime I go there, it was an eyesore. So rather than a number of persons were complaining, so rather than join them to complain, I asked the security, do you know anyone who could assist in cleaning up this place? And he called someone, I communicated to our office head. So one of the characters that separates me or that makes me recommended for most things is proactiveness. I always try to find ways to see how I can assist anywhere I am. Thank you.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Please let's give him a round of applause for coming out confidently to take the speech, the mini speech, the table topic speech today on what characters say to about. He did justice to that, and it told us about how we should learn to be different from other people, and our this unique character will always set us apart. Thank you very much. So I'll be handing over the ventilator now to the table topic, to the Toastmaster of the day rather. The Toastmaster of the day is Toastmaster Clementina to take the voting and to announce the winner. Thank you very much for joining in. Over to you to the Toastmaster of the day.
Wow. Hello, can you hear me? Fantastic. Thank you very kindly, Toastmaster, for the questions. I like the fact that the questions that you selected were very closely to the theme of the meeting. And I'd also like to appreciate Toastmaster Joe for already has led us into its brand statement. Just before we move into the next segment of the meeting today, I'd like to acknowledge the presence of our very boss at the top, in the person of the area director. All right, our area director is the person of Toastmaster Dayola Ayodeti. He's a friend and a boss at the same time. Please let's give him a round of applause.
Thank you.
Would you like to say hello to us yet? Okay. We'll give you a chance to speak to us just before the end of the meeting. Moving on to the next segment of this session is the voting for the table topic session. We see that we only have 2 participants. We may not necessarily vote, as both of them are Toastmasters already and not guests. So we'll be moving over to the next session, which will be the evaluation of the table topic session. And our evaluator for today's table topic session is someone that has a very special place in the center part of my heart. So I'm very specific about the part, the middle, yeah? She's no other person than our dearest club sponsor, with the person of Toastmaster Mercy George Ibaife. She's a tech professional. She's a tech professional and an agile coach. Our favorite quote is true greatness is not in being great, but in the ability to make others great. I'd like to invite, and this quote is by Reverend Chris Okote. I'd like to invite her to the lectern to evaluate the speakers.
Thank you, Madam Treasurer. Thank you so much, Mr. Chairman. I honor you and celebrate you. So today I'm evaluating none other than King of Smiles, right? I did know. She said, well, I wasn't really paying attention. Woo! What do I do? Thank you. So, Queen of Smiles was present. I apologize. I really did not know, Mr. Speaker. I apologize. Thank you.
I'll take this while standing for the message. So from the same topics, Toastmasters, congratulations on for delivering such a topic and carrying the audience along. I like the fact that you were able to tie your questions to the theme of today's meeting. I even like the fact that you were able to explain at the beginning of this, you were able to explain what table topics is. That means if a guest is online or present here, the guest will understand what he or she is about to do. I like also the fact that you called out asking each person that was asking to use the word of the day, which is luminous. That was a good way to go by. However, I'd like to recommend you took long time explaining what the table topics is all about. That was the reason why we had only 2 speakers. The timer had to give you time for extra one for consideration's sake. As a table topics master, you need to be time conscious, looking through the agenda of the day, knowing that there's time for this, so you can take your the people that will answer questions. So what is table topics without people answering the question? But you know, it was a great session, having the slide and having Toastmasters to do that first. I would also like to encourage that you tell the people asking questions to put on their camera, especially if they are online. To our first speaker, your audio wasn't good enough for us as well. We could not hear you for those of us who speak here. You could do the mic test before such meetings. I'd like to, Toastmaster Titi was the first person that answered the question. And your question was, I didn't really get that question, but I noticed that, I can't remember the question rather, but I noticed that you were able to repeat the question again, and you answered the question well. What I would just like to recommend as a Toastmaster, if you're in a place where you cannot put on your audio, you mentioned it that you can, your video, you mentioned that you cannot put on your video. The fact is, we'd love to see your face, to see the luminous on your face and smile along with you. But that was his video. Toastmaster Joe, what distinguishes you from others in your workplace? Toastmaster Joe, you give us a personal story of telling us about an incident that happened in your company. While others were reactive, you were proactive. And you gave us a call to action, also stating that we should try to be proactive. That was a very good one. Like the Toastmaster of the day mentioned, you had already told us what your personal statement is. What I would just want to recommend is that you try to use the word of the day while speaking, which is luminous. I have ways you could use it, especially people asking, what is a luminous act to do? That is what I would recommend. You look at the timer, should the free card, and then you zoom off. Use your time while speaking. It is a time and it is your stage. This is what I would recommend. I would also want to say to everyone here, when you're called for taking topics, this is what helps us to be better. Come on and speak. Show us that we will start with you. Thank you, and it's back for you. What's coming for me? Why? Hey, thank you for having Toastmaster ladies. Luminous screen just now for coming up this week to take on evaluation of speakers. Now we'll move on to the next segment of today's meeting. And we're actually looking for this. Yeah. And the next segment is the prepared speech segment. Like I said, the prepared speech segment is that part where club members who have worked very luminously, who has worked with their mentors, come to showcase everything that we have learned in guidance with our way of giving out speech to the Toastmaster, right? And today we will be taking speeches from 4 club members. And I'll be introducing their speech and their evaluators. So, leading us in this segment is Toastmaster Cynthia. Toastmaster Cynthia will be giving a speech, and the speech will be introduced by her evaluator. The evaluator for Toastmaster Cynthia is Toastmaster Imabon. And Toastmaster Imabon, this means who has the honors of introducing Toastmaster Cynthia's speech. But before we do that, could you kindly share this with them? Okay. Hello, Toastmaster Imabon.
Yes, I'm here. Good afternoon,
I can
TMOD.
see your beautiful face and smile, but I can't hear you yet.
You can't hear me?
Okay, so this face. Can you
Okay. So good afternoon, TMOD. Thank you for that introduction. I'm here to introduce the first speaker of the day, Toastmaster Cynthia. I'm excited because this is her icebreaker speech. This is the first speech she is going to be delivering in the presentation mastery pathway, level 1. Toastmaster Cynthia's time is between 4 to 6 minutes long. The purpose of this speech is for Toastmaster Cynthia to introduce herself to the club and learn basic structure of public speeches. So for those of you who are guests and members who haven't registered to Toastmaster, this is what it looks like for a new member to give a speech. So stay tuned and hopefully you can get some points. I'm excited now to introduce you to Toastmaster Cynthia. The button is yours.
Good afternoon, Toastmasters and guests.
Yeah.
I am absolutely thrilled to be here at Toastmasters. Cute? I know what some of you might be saying, isn't that too much, but never so common? Well, maybe it is. Maybe it's easier. The truth is, personal as a member, I've been usually determined. There and now, I can usually communication with referencing in front of you today. Mark Twain, an American writer and a human responsive. All you need in life is ignorance and confidence. Then success is sure, you know? But the confidence is not what I say is such of the illusion. You see, I might be a child in the video. And here I am. So one of those sweaty palms already pizza. It's in myself to speak in front of the booth. So I come crazy, so I come insane, but I prefer to live in the tournament. Think about it. Every great writer, explorer, inventor, started a seemingly crazy idea. You know the Wright brothers, the American aviation pioneer of the process of airplane. Imagine someone telling them airplanes were not actually. Or Michelangelo, the Italian sculptor and painter, that painted a giant seal was the illusion. The truth is, the illusion can push you to achieve what others see as unachievable. Let me take you to 2016. I was running of high school, preparing for my medical wire exam. The exam came first. So my friends and I had a look of our heads. That's the second and third choices. It didn't matter. What mattered was the stress. So then I was sitting quietly, filling my phone with Unilad as the first choice. My friends walk up to me, saying, it's like this, I don't want to do this. It's like you don't want to go to school, right? You want to stay at home for 5 years, right? Let me tell you, my neighbors at my house, they've been at home for more than 5 years, all because we're pursuing that. They want to join the background, right? But I just to myself, I knew that wasn't easy. But I didn't let that phase me. Yes, I didn't get in my first trial. I failed. I didn't pass. But that didn't stop you. I took a diploma, sat for the exams, aced it, got into the University of the US, and I graduated last year. At some point, I felt differently. As a natural, but I didn't show anything about. I was delusionally determined, not delusionally desperate. Yes, there's a fine line between delusion and determination, and this is where Christmas comes in. By owning my public speaking skills, I can turn my delusional dream to becoming a confident public speaker into reality. Toastmaster is the right place to success in waters, make mistakes, but definitely losing mistakes. And maybe I'll imagine where I lead to less delusional and a lot more capable. So I know I am, I know I might be a little bit delusional for thinking I can conquer public speaking. But hey, maybe that's the key. Maybe that's the push I need. Yeah, the illusion can be the push that will push me out of my comfort zone and make me to achieve something great for myself. Numerous rights. Fellow Toastmaster guests, allow me to reintroduce myself. I am Cynthia. I am delusionally determined to conduct this speaker. Thank you for listening. Go back to the TLG. Cynthia. Yes, she just shattered the glass ceiling. In fact, she shattered it to the point that I had to even ask myself again of her name. Yeah, and Toastmaster Cynthia, thank you very much and well done on that speech. Just as we did in Toastmasters, the nice club members could write her a nice love notes on how she has performed. You know, even though we still take our evaluation from my evaluator. Now, moving on to the next speech. Moving on to the next speaker for today is no other person than Toastmaster Elizabeth Iwoha. Can we get a round of applause?
I think that there you are, the queen of smile, the queen of the luminal smile, would be evaluated by our very special Toastmaster, Mercy. Can we give her a round of applause?
Yeah, but shake my hands.
That's the thing.
Very beautiful. Very mindful. Very focused. You see, as I came out right now, very focused. I wasn't focusing when I did my. So, hello, good afternoon, Toastmasters, against the brand standard. I have the singular honor of evaluating Toastmaster Elizabeth, our immediate past president. She is on level 3, project 1, and she would like me to evaluate her for audience engagement and if our speech is aligned with our words. So without further ado, as I mindfully, luminously hand over the mic to our Toastmaster of the day to usher in speech, which is titled Way Payback. And as she comes out, you can see that she's equally very mindful, very demure, with her smile, and will illuminate the entire room. The virtuous applause, you're still used to that.
All right, so that is said, please let's welcome Toastmaster Elizabeth.
Just populate by doing. Yes. This one.
The attempt to set up
Replace what else? Replace what else?
we've been informed that the people online cannot see, so please, be able to try to do that. So, technical things, please let me know.
Just people.
Are we good to go?
Yes.
Okay. We're good to go. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, and yeah. Good afternoon. Those online, can I please hear from you? Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters, again. Good afternoon.
Queen of Smiles.
Afternoon.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
So kindly, thank you. I'd like to begin with this question, which I think most of us know very well. Can somebody tell me what the first fear of man is? Oh, please. Okay, thank you very kindly. I would, is someone else, right? Yeah. Okay, someone else? Okay, speaking. Awesome. That's the first fear of man, which death is the second fear of man. Does anyone have any idea what the third fear of man is? I guess you might not have an idea, but I'm pleased to let you know what the third fear of man is. The third fear of man is to be a customer service personnel. All the customer service personnel here can bear that with me, can attest to that. Why is it the third fear of man? Because it's not easy taking the phone of another person and then telling all that is now back to the company. Which is why today, my speech is a proposal, it's actually a proposal on what should be done on the proposal of something. And I am proposing today, I'm going to be making a proposal on how we can celebrate this waitingers, the people I call the waitingers, the customer service personnel, customer experience personnel. I am one, and that's why I want to make a proposal on how to celebrate us. Who are customer service personnel? Who are customer relations or customer experience persons? These are people who sit at the other side of the phone and take your order as a customer, making sure that you are satisfied, making sure that the company's image, the company's brand is being kept. However, these sometimes are people who are less appreciated. But recently, the United States made a law, a time where we celebrate these people. And that's why I'm making a proposal to you all. If you have a business and you want to talk about how to celebrate these people, please go through with me as I make this proposal. You just have to celebrate them. Customer Service Week by the United States is a time where we celebrate those who are exceptional in ensuring, please go to the next slide, in ensuring that our services is being done well. What I will share with you today as a proposal, I have with me here, I have a big introduction of what customer service is all about, Customer Service Week, the objective of celebrating these humans, activities and events that can be done, and then what will be the expected outcome when we celebrate these people. First off, the history of customer service. Back then, the United States found about it that since those people are always taking calls from people online, I believe you can hear me. How did customer service get into our hearts? The United States thought about it, next slide please, that the first full week in October should be a time where we celebrate the image makers of company and the wayleaders of companies, the people who listen carefully and tell me, sir, I think our customers will deserve this. And I think doing this for our customer will go a long way. Next slide. It started in 1987, where we felt that the importance for those people who support our customers should be celebrated. And in 1992, it came up fully. For this year, the customer service week will be between 7th to 11th of October. That's the first full week in the year. And the theme of this year is above and beyond. That's the theme for the year. The objective to celebrating the customer service personnel is that when you celebrate them, next slide please, when you celebrate them, it has to align with your company's objective, which is to satisfy every customer. That's actually what we do business so to satisfy our customers. When you recognize and reward staff who are diligently doing their job, it's going to boost the team members to deliver properly when they're doing their work. It will enhance customer loyalty and satisfaction, knowing that you are appreciating your staff will go a long way to enhance that. It will also improve their engagements, because when I feel appreciated, I want to give more. So this would be the reason why you should celebrate them. What are the type of activities you can do in your company when you want to celebrate these persons? You can have essay writing, knowing the skills of your staff will go a long way. You can have, I'm just going to list them out because of time. You can have them wearing different attires or different groups. Imagine somebody living in a corporate world and they're coming to work as a cowboy on a work day. Let's work with fun. Let's not make it too hectic for our team members. These are other ones that you can see on the slide. Because of time, I'll move to the next slide. Next slide, please. Now, what would be the expected outcome if you celebrate your staff? The outcome is that the employees will have high morale, that they are appreciated for the efforts they have made. If we are watching this comedy online, Veronica, who talks more about employee and employer. If you've not seen it, you can check on Instagram, Veronica. She tries to tell us how you should treat your staff. It goes a long way. But when people are appreciated, they get to do better. It will also enhance team collaboration. When you have your team to do debates, you get to know them and get to see what they can do as a team to produce the work. And recognizing your staff members will go a long way to them giving better opportunity to staff. So here's my proposal again. If you've not been celebrating those luminous people in your company that bring life to the system, please make it my proposal and celebrate them. We deserve to be celebrated. So everyone who's in customer service, customer relations, personnel, I wish you all a happy customer service week in advance. It's back to you, the future.
Thank you very much, Queen of Smiles, for that speech. Indeed, you were able to let us know that the customer service personnel are the brand builder of the company. And building brand really speaks to the theme of today's meeting, which is about writing your personal brand statements. So again, from that speech, you can already tell that if you are able to represent your company well, you are also part of the team building your company's brand. Now, moving on to the next subject, the next speaker, we have Toastmaster Kennedy. And Toastmaster Kennedy will be evaluated by Toastmaster Liz, our luminous queen of smile. Just radiating throughout this meeting.
Okay, I just want to compare the particular like I think you would say it don't really better. It's not only this, but that's the beautiful thing for our guests. The beautiful thing about Toastmasters is that a Toastmasters wears a lot of hats. And these things, the things we do at this point, as spoke as a speaker, is quite different from speaking as an evaluator. Yeah. Now back to my role as evaluation. Toastmaster Kennedy will be speaking, he's giving his first speech, which is similar to what Toastmaster Cynthia just did. She will be speaking, rather, introducing himself to the floor. We're just here to know who he is. There's nothing really heavy about the speech. We just want to meet Toastmaster Kennedy. So Toastmaster Kennedy, illuminate enough to let us know who you are, so we can know how to deal with you as time goes on in this community of learning. It's back to you, Toastmaster Kennedy.
All right, thank you very much for the smile. I'm Toastmaster Kennedy, eagerly waiting to meet you. Please come over to the lectern.
How are you?
Better, thank you.
How are you?
Goodbye, thank you. Bye, thank you.
Wow. Do you wish whenever I ask this question, I get no time. But I do not blame people. Perhaps time they usually doubt people to get that. When we ask this question, we do not want to go to anyone one, well, and good. So why is this? Because we feel we do the answer, right? For the actual I want you to come down to this. So when is that asked question? I hope you trust me that. Tell me how you're really doing. Good afternoon, my favorite Toastmasters and guests. You all look luminous. And also like I'm painted here on George David. So please tell me. Pain. I'm not paying the one, so one. In the balance, very common. Second one of the twin. I really can't. I'm not paying the very came to the last year I come first. I think I like that. That's good. I grew up as a brilliant child, always smiling, jumping around, and I always get this question a lot. Who's a twin? He or she? What is a twin? And I answered, she's fast. No more. Oh, here comes. I didn't get to be tired. I mean, no space back. So it's the thing. Just came out of the meeting because of the meeting. Dutch, money, pen, healthy, strong, smart. Yeah, Daniel was quite brilliant at 18 and at 20s. And bright, greatest advice. I'm proud of that. Yes. And if not is by the way, for the people data analysis, I know people. I want better way than like that. I try to bring insight from that data, my everyday work. And I present it to my God at job, my business. In my word of data, I say, in God we trust. Everyone must be that answer. So I give this to the people like data. Here on, the best thing is to this like God. Here on the cause the show things. So before I go, I'm a business over like finally, something I want to conclusion. Not be afraid to pray down to the person. It's one part of my life that I always go to. And I should also try to. I know there are some actions that can be done. But it's not of the call for you to do all those actions. It's a series of actions. It's the call for you to look at those series of actions that you've taken at the past. Look at those things that you know them. Take those experiences and try to make and perform decisions going forward. That's what I do. Thank you so much. I finish with
It was really good to meet you. And okay, so we're going over to the next speaker in the person of our designer and our fashionista, Toastmaster Joe. You'll be evaluated by Toastmaster Olushola, our president. Toastmaster Olushola is one of us to be learned to introduce this perspective and his speech.
Thank you very much. For the moment of the introduction. And so the next speaker for today's meeting is Toastmaster Joe. The title of the speech is The Change Maker, and it's currently giving the speech on the persuasive influence pathway level 1 project 2. The purpose of the speech is the purpose of the project rather is to write a speech with a purpose. And so it gives me great pleasure and honor to invite to the podium Toastmaster Joe.
Thank you, Mr. Commissioner. I was found all through the session to listen to but at last. But I will tell in the family. Have you sold anything before? Have you tried to make a change before? No, I'll actually like to answer. Have you sold anything before? What did you say? Interesting. Now, do you think you have not sold anything before? You've not tried to sell anything before. So you're trying to say you may think you have not sold, but I will help you see that actually you have sold. If I rephrase the question I'm asking this way, have you ever asked anyone to do anything for you? There's no one that will say no to that question. For you to influence someone to take an action that initially they were not considering, that is self. I love the theme of the day, celebrating your personal branding statement. Your brand is selling yourself. I am also a sales personnel, and I know the importance of branding. That's why I don't think about my appearance, regardless of wherever I am doing. Now, I believe we all watched the debates between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. Yeah, I'm happy with the whole thing. Good. Both of them were trying to sell, right? They were communicating what they do to the country, or they do for the country where they are elected. That is selling. Now taking me to my topic of the day, I'm talking on the change maker. It connects to everything I've been saying before now, which is selling. For you to be able to make a change, you must be able to influence people. So change making is simply influencing people to take an action that they may not have been considering to take before. I remember the first time I came into sales, that was 2016. I was working with the telecommunications company, and we had to sell 20 devices each month. And it was my first time for corporate sales. 14th of the month, I had not sold anything. And every day, every week when we come, you ask, what have you not sold? What are you doing to sell? And the pressure was getting worse. I can remember my first sale. It was crossing that Lekki Bridge. I really don't know that Lekki Bridge. I literally was just walking and I saw this young man. He smiled at me and I smiled back and he encouraged me to walk towards him. Would you like to buy? I introduced the device. Maybe the heavens was waiting for me to take that action. And he was like, I'm actually going to buy an internet Wi-Fi. But my budget is this. And I had to convince him to spend 2 times the budget we had their plan to use. He was like, the reason why I want to do this is because of the way you approached me. What you see now is I'm going to take it to the ATM to withdraw what I have. But I'm short of 1,000 naira to complete this purchase. Because I was desperate to sell, I said, no problem. Let's go. And that's how I made my first sale. Now, coming back to the issue of change, creating a change, which is actually you selling yourself, influencing others to take a particular action. Before you can sell, you must first believe in yourself that you can sell. Secondly, you must believe in the idea that you intend to sell. Absolutely believe that no contrary belief, external of you, can be able to move you from your conviction. So Anthony Robbins, the psychoanalyst, motivational speaker, listen to what's in meaning, that said that conviction is the main break point between two individuals. So when you are trying to influence others, when Trump and Harris were trying to influence us to vote for them, it is based on the conviction that they hide within themselves, that they are able to communicate to the audience. I will round this conversation by the greatest change maker of all times. The man's name is Jesus Christ. He took 30 years to plan on the change he wanted to effect, and effected it in 2 years. It takes me to the 3 steps of effecting change. The first one is you have to conceive the idea. Jim Rohn was one that said this. He said, not Jim Rohn, he said, the challenge is not in achieving our goals. The challenge is in establishing them. So after you conceive your idea, how you establish your idea to be able to effect change properly is to ruminate on the idea, to think, revisit, consider all angles of the idea, learn everything you can about the idea. Find someone who is already working towards the idea or who has done something with that line of idea that you are so convinced and so sure that you guys have worked on this idea can happen. And then the third part of effective change is to communicate the idea. We can refer to idea as vision, dreams, goals, aspiration. Looking back at the greatest change maker, he did not effect his change alone. At the beginning of his career, we can say, he gathered a team. Before he gathered a team, shared it with them before moving into effect that change, which I end with this statement. You cannot make change alone. You have to go into a team. So I put this before us with that wherever we go, we should think about what change we can effect where we are, and who are those people we need to effect this change. Thank you.
Wow, congratulations to yeah, you cannot make it, we have to do it. That's a very strong for action. At this point, of the meeting, we'll be moving over to the next segment. I can already see the time I'm looking at it and letting me know that something is going on with my wristwatch. I will try to reset the time. So the next segment for this meeting is the evaluation segment. And to champion this segment is no other person than our very adopted Toastmaster, He's a round of applause.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon, Toastmasters. Or good evening, rather. Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Okay. I'm back here for the evaluation portion of the meeting. I'd like to draw you back to the quotes I authored when I was leaving the stage last time. The natural response to evaluation is to feel judged. We have to mature to a place to grow. And I'd like to first start with the speech evaluations. And the first evaluator is Toastmaster Imabong, who will be evaluating Toastmaster Cynthia's speech. Toastmaster Imabong, the virtual lecture is yours.
Thank you so much, General Evaluator, for that. Thank you. Can you hear me? I feel like I have to shout. People on the call, can you hear me without me shouting into your ears?
Loud and clear.
Loud and clear. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, so can you all hear me over there in the audience? TM Liz, let me see a thumbs up. I knew it was going to be you, my babe. Okay, thank you, everyone. Wow, TM Cynthia, what was that? You gave us a speech and a half. I do not know how to start this, but I'm going to just go straight into it. You excelled in many, many, many ways, but I'm going to focus on 3. Starting with a great self-quote. This is going to be too much, but never too common. I'm like, yes, that drew me in. The moment I heard that, I knew something was going to go down. I was just engaged throughout your speech. I wanted to know what deep secret you were going to share. And you did. So excellent job in captivating me from the beginning and drawing me in. And I love the fact that it was your quote. And then you gave us another person's quote. In an icebreaker, what are you doing to us? You are already giving us so much in such a short period of time. The second point, vocal variation. That was an excellent play when you started to play somebody else and giving us a different, I was like, wait, she was just speaking for now. Where did you just go into, like, what just happened? But that switched also made me realize, oh, it's no longer TM Cynthia speaking, it's someone else. So great job on that. The third point is great use of timeline. You took us to the past, then brought us to the future. And then you talked about failing oh my God, the WIEC, the failure, that was one highlight. I knew that was going to come, but I didn't know that was what it was. You talked about your failure and how you definitely used that failure, propelled it into a success. You graduated, congratulations. You ended up on a high. You went from low and then pulled yourself from that bottom to a high place. That was definitely delusional. Time back to your speech. Okay, now, we may want to work on certain things. Although you paused in, think about it. You didn't really give us a lot of gestures on think about it. Give us that. You paused, but the gesture would have been great. It would have also been good for you to give us another pause in imagine, but there was no pause there. So think of how you want to put your pauses when you're speaking to engage the audience. And then the second one is you got in the graduation. When you said you graduated, whoa, Tim Cynthia, you should have just waited and asked us a question. Don't you think that is worth celebrating? Then we would have celebrated you because you did not even give us the time to celebrate you. You passed. I just wanted to get out, throw everything and just start jumping for joy. I see my time card. I am rounding this up now. Thank you. Your statement of delusion can be the key to push you out of the comfort zone. Whoa, TM Cynthia, that was excellent. But it could have also been a great engagement too for you to ask the audience, what about you? When have you used delusion to pull yourself out of whatever circumstance you've been in? Okay, two certain things you should challenge. I could advise you to challenge yourself on is gestures. Your gestures would have been great. You stayed in one spot. It would have been great for you to move from maybe one spot to another. So please move a bit more. And then engage the audience. Ask questions. Let us know. How many people failed their WAEC? Would have said, me too. Or something like that. So engage your audience because you have given such an amazing speech for an icebreaker. And then you ended up with a banger. I want to reintroduce you to I am. That I am was so powerful. And then your name. Listen, TM Cynthia, I cannot wait for your next speeches because I know you would blow the roof off. Great job on your icebreaker. I will send your speech evaluation form with you shortly. And keep being delusional, girl, because you are winning. Thank you, and over to you. General Evaluator.
Thank you. Thank you, Toastmaster Imabong, for your luminous presence, evaluating the radiance that was Toastmaster Cynthia's speech. The next speech evaluator is Toastmaster Mercy, and she will be evaluating Toastmaster Liz. Before she comes up, Toastmaster Liz, you're an experienced Toastmaster. I don't mind if you feel judged. Over to you, Toastmaster Mercy.
I'll try. Can you guys see this? Yes. Please, let's stand up and celebrate Toastmaster Lee. Well, celebrating on behalf of all the customer services that we know. I know it fully well. It's not a joke to do the work. Thank you so much. Understand 2 minutes. So let me whisk through this evaluation. Number one, did she pave the way for customer service representative in this house? Yes or yes? Yes. Yes. I didn't ask no, is yes, correct. You did a phenomenal job, Toastmaster Liz. That was exceptional. Okay, so let me tell you areas that you excelled. I love the use of slide. It was brilliant and really shows that you're very creative with slides. So that was 10 over 10 plus 10, okay? And you started with a very powerful opening. I commend you for the opening. It was so pungent because you asked a question, you waited for everyone to answer. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I'll do my best. Okay, you use the use of space as much, but at some point you were constricted and you had your magic smile. You enchanted the audience. Okay, my recommendation, because I'm using the recommend evaluation technique for your evaluation. The slide, as great as it was, it became a problem for you because you had to go back and do this. So that was the challenge. I would have recommended, okay, when it comes to comment, I'll tell you what I recommend. The transition equally was constricted because of the use of slide. As much as it was great, it's supposed to help. And equally, where you were supposed to show vocal dexterity, passion, you know, you could have done that. The energy would have exuded because you have loads of that. And equally, when you said commitment, you could have changed the vocal so that we know that's where the emphasis is. I see that 2 minutes is up for future, for growth. My area that I would love for you to improve on, okay? Use the same slide. The trick is you don't have to look back. Ask the audience what is next, okay? That would have been brilliant. I have a slight control, you would have been the one to control it yourself. Just ask the audience, what do you think is next? And they can echo, and that way, what you wanted to achieve with the speech, you would have still achieved it because it's audience engagement and how it aligns with what you're saying. Your call to action was powerful. I must commend you. And your conclusion was powerful. So, and you told all of us, if you're not taking care of your customer services, make sure you join me, use some of the tips I've shared and do that. Overall, I know you're a phenomenal speaker, no doubt. And I know that this presentation will win you $1 million buck with your smile. So congratulations. Over to you, my general evaluator.
Thank you, Toastmaster Mercy. Our next evaluator, or my next evaluator, is the woman that was just judged. And she'll be evaluating Toastmaster Kehinde. Toastmaster Liz, stage is yours.
Thank you. Thank you so kindly to my evaluator. Thank you very kindly. I'll do my job swiftly. Toastmaster Kehinde, how are you? Who else loved that part of when he came out to say, how are you? Imagine somebody just delivering his speech for the first time, confidently coming to ask the professional speakers in the house, how are you? Toastmaster Kehinde, you smashed that. You know, we say when you want to come and give your first speech, we would always say, break a leg. You broke 2 of our legs. I felt it by the how are you. Congratulations, that was really good. I liked the fact that you used that to build confidence in yourself because you looked at your audience to be sure who was listening to you. That was a good one to go by. I liked that you took us, which is what you're supposed to do as an icebreaker, you're supposed to tell us about yourself. You took us through how you were better. Those that do not know the meaning of Kehinde, you told us what Kehinde means. You spoke the Yoruba word and interpreted it in English. That was a good one. And you told us about your sister. When your audience felt like they wanted to sympathize with you, you made them know, I don't need to be sympathized with. While you could empathize with me, I want the luminous way, using the word of the day. That was a good way to navigate in, and I love that. I also love the fact that you gave us a call to action with concluding your speech, which was that we should always like to make informed decision. It was a very good one. I know you now, you're an analyst. Thank you for telling us who you are. Here's a bit of my recommendation to you. It's okay, you're a new speaker. I know you were using the mic, but I would have loved to see you use the hand gesture more. I didn't see that. And then as much as possible, try avoiding putting your hand in your pockets because it makes your audience feel little when speaking to them. Use your hand greatly. Those are the recommendations I would want to give to you, but you broke our legs, just a reminder. And that was a very good introduction. I don't know why you're not joining the Tall Tale. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the Tall Tale contest. Congratulations, Toastmaster Kehinde. Back to you.
Toastmaster Kehinde, I'd like to add something. Don't fret. I gave a speech 2 weeks ago, and the project was managing a difficult audience where I had members of the audience disrupting my speech. And at some point, I was confused and my hand was in my pocket. So don't fret. We get better as we practice. The final speech of the day was delivered by the man who is known for dressing well. And how do you know that he wasn't lying? Every time I have seen this man before today, he has been wearing a suit. I wonder how he does it. And he's going to be evaluated by our president, Toastmaster Olushola. Is a round of applause.
Oh, wow. I loved your speech, Toastmaster Joe. I just get right into it. I love the fact that you came onto the stage and contrary to what you would expect from someone that is just giving his second speech, you actually turn the anxiety, that nervousness, right? You turn it into an audience engagement, the way you actually, and that brought about a bit of humor, and it got the audience engaged rather than you just, freezing out. I love the fact that there was good structure to the story you were telling us. You started by asking us who has sold before, and you referred us to a very recent event, which is the second US presidential debate between Donald Trump and Kamala Harris. I equally love the structure. You then went on to ask us, what is a sale? What is a sale all about? You gave us a personal story back in 2016, and then you ended up with what are the 3 steps, I love the fact that you used quotes by Anthony Robbins, by Gail Nightingale, who are indeed the grandmasters of sales. What would I have wanted you to do better? When you came in, because you were nervous, you held onto the mic with both hands. It was clear you were nervous. Next time, I would prefer you try to engage with your second hand or your free hand. The second thing I would love for you to do better, you started to talk about religion. I think many times your audience, you have people of different beliefs, and so you want to be careful trying to introduce anything around religion. But overall, you did an exceptional job of delivering that speech, and I'd say that the objective of that speech, writing with the purpose. Indeed, everybody here knows we are all salesmen and women, right? That's what we do on a daily basis. We sell. Whether you're introducing yourself, whether you're telling us about, how your day has gone, or you're trying to influence us with your beliefs, you're selling something. And so, fantastic job. Well done. Thank you. Back to the Christmas side of the
Thank you. Mr. President, do we need to take the votes for the best evaluator?
It was set up.
Okay, let's just move on. Tama is asking us to move on. But before I call her back to give her report, I would like her to really tell us who kept to time and who didn't. Because I can see we've managed time poorly in this meeting. Toastmaster Chika Maduka, stage is yours.
Thank you very much, our general evaluator. It was Elon Musk that said that time is extremely difficult to keep, especially when you're having a luminous meeting like this. So I'll just go right into the report. So first of all, the table topic session was supposed to be for 6 minutes and it went on for 9 minutes, 30 seconds. Then the table topic respondents, Toastmaster Titi, spoke for 1 minute, 14 seconds. She was in time. Toastmaster Joe spoke for 1 minute, 29 seconds. He was also in time. The table topics evaluation was supposed to be for, I think, 3 minutes. And you evaluated Toastmaster Lee's for 3 minutes, 24 seconds. So I think that was in time. That was in line with the time given for that. And I'll move on to our prepared speeches. Our first prepared speaker, Toastmaster Cynthia, our delusionally determined icebreaker, spoke for 3 minutes, 59 seconds. Now, I wanted to just give you that 4 minutes, but they say integrity is one of the values of being a Toastmaster. So you're supposed to speak for 4 minutes to 6 minutes. You spoke less than your time. So that also disqualifies you. Okay. So, but we can, whoever has the power here can just give you that one second. Okay, so the next speaker, the Queen of Smiles, Toastmaster Liz, I'll be celebrating you today as a luminous customer who exceeded the time to 8 minutes, 2 seconds. This is speak for 5 to 7 minutes, so that was way over the time.
Then Toastmaster Kennedy, our luminous twin, you spoke for 4 minutes, 1 second. You were in time. All right. And our next speaker was Toastmaster Joe, our salesman who maintains teas all the time. Spoke for 7 minutes, 43 seconds. You shot over the time. Okay, so down to our speech evaluations. Toastmaster Imabong, I know that speech evaluation is supposed to be about 3 minutes, so it was really difficult to, compress it to 2 minutes. But, Toastmasters are supposed to be managers of time. So you spoke for 4 minutes, 17 seconds. That was way above 2 minutes. Toastmaster Mercy spoke for 3 minutes, 10 seconds, a bit above time too. You tried. Then Toastmaster Liz, 2 minutes, 26 seconds. That was within the time. Then Toastmaster Olushola spoke for 2 minutes, 23 seconds. That was also within time. A round of applause for everybody. So I know that we did not really excel with our timing today, but I know that we can do better. We are here to learn. Thank you very much, and over to you, the General Evaluator.
I specifically begged the timer to give us a detailed report because earlier in the meeting, we didn't take the timer's reports. So it is very important to watch how we use time. Moving on, I would like to invite my next role player, Toastmaster Liz, the woman who stepped in at the last minute to take the grammarian's report.
Thank you, Mr. GE. It's been a luminous meeting. Yeah. So for the word of the day, though I wasn't able to follow up with online chats, okay, we had just one of it. All right. So we had one person who used the chat room to write the word of the day. However, online Toastmaster Titi, when she was speaking during her table topics, used the word of the day, as well as the table topics master, because she kept saying that they should use the word of the day. Physically here, we had Toastmaster Clem, that's a TMOD using the word of the day, Toastmaster Tessie, Toastmaster Cynthia, Toastmaster Mercy, Toastmaster Jago, and Mr. President, including Toastmaster Kende, and myself. We all used the word of the day. Before I go to the winner of the word of the day, somebody used a play of word, which everyone is still remembering, and that was quite interesting. She said, I am not delusionally desperate rather, but I am delusionally determined. That was a play of word in her speech to fit into her truth. As speakers, we should always try to use words that people will remember. So a good one, Toastmaster Cynthia, that was really good for you, for us to have listened to. Yeah. And our winner for the word of the day, luminous, is none other person. That's why I like playing this slow. When you play this slow, you just speak more. The winner for the day, who can guess who the winner is? For the word of the day, we empower TMOD. Let's keep using new words. Look out on the division platform. We have word of the week on the division platform, and so many other clubs also have word of the day. I encourage us to keep using this word and changing our vocabulary. Let people know that we are Toastmasters. We are the brand image makers, Toastmasters. Thank you.
Thank you, Toastmaster Liz. I won't judge you this time. You kept the time. My next role player is the listening evaluator, the woman with the wonderful play of words, Toastmaster Cynthia.
Good afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests. So I'm back again. I want to see how well you listened throughout the whole session. So I have about 4 questions here. So I'll start. Who said branding elevates you from being a product? No? Yes. She said that you were actually listening. You see? Yeah. Okay. Whose brand statement is the word unstoppable? Yeah. Who said you cannot make change alone? You need a team. Yeah. Last but not the least, who said the last shall become the first? You. No? Yeah. Thank you. That shows that we're all paying attention. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Toastmaster Cynthia. We might be thinking we have one more role player, but sadly, due to the audio challenges we've been facing, the accountant wasn't able to grab much, so she doesn't have much of a report. And that makes me sad, because I was looking forward to some people being judged. Now to my reports. The Sergeant at Arms, or Toastmaster Liz, was standing in as the Sergeant at Arms, came up the leg, then gave us a smile and introduced us to the meeting. We read the Toastmasters promise. She gave us ground rules. She told us where the restrooms were, which is something that is often forgotten in some Toastmasters meeting. She introduced the president appropriately, and he came up and gave us a charge about personal branding. Your welcome speech was relevant. It was educative. Toastmaster Olushola then went on and introduced the Toastmaster of the day, who also flowed with the theme of the meeting. I think they were the only ones that kind of came back to that theme. It seemed like we lost the theme through the meeting, but they always found a way. Toastmaster Clementina found a way to bring the theme of the meeting back. I have a few recommendations for LEARNTOR Toastmasters Club. I observed that the meeting started late. It is always important for role players to make sure that they are at the meeting early enough so that the meeting can start exactly on time. A few role players were also absent at the time they were supposed to be introduced, which means that the Toastmaster of the day and general evaluator, myself, did not check and confirm the role players were informed and present when the meeting started. I also noticed that the placement of the camera limited speakers, and they could not really use the stage because they felt compelled to be seen by the online audience. And the microphone also added an extra weight on top of that. So people were restricted to this part of the stage and couldn't really. I could see some people like Toastmaster Cynthia wanted to move, but they really could not because they wanted to be in view of the camera. Our time, as the timer has said, we managed time poorly in this meeting. We started about 20 minutes past 1, and only 2 hours, 40 minutes was accounted for in the agenda. But now this is 3:28, meaning we spent almost 2 hours, 10 minutes. Even though 1 hour, 40 minutes was what was accounted for in the agenda. I would also like to suggest that the votes for table, even if we only have 2 speakers, votes for table topics should always be taken because it motivates people. It is a huge source of motivation, especially guests. Even though no guest spoke today, we've had situations where a guest came into a meeting, one best stable topic speech and paid immediately that day. It is a good way to motivate people to keep speaking. Some people are already on the verge of running away. So let's try to encourage people as much as we can. I also commend, please, let's give a round of applause to everyone who stepped in at the last minute to fill in for the absent role players. That gumption was something we were not lacking in today's meeting. Toastmaster Chika came in and I said, can you do time? And she took it up. I introduced the grammarian and she was upset, and Toastmaster Liz immediately took it upon herself to play that role. She also played the role of Sergeant at Arms, which is something that was very integral in making sure we had a successful meeting. Kudos to you, LEARNTOR Toastmasters. We are all growing, and I will be here to continue to see the club grow. Please, a round of applause. Over to you, Madam Toastmaster of the day. Okay. Mr. President.
Thank you very much, our general evaluator, for that detailed feedback. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. It's been a wonderful and luminous meeting thus far. At this point, it gives me great pleasure to introduce my own Oga at the top. And I hope he's still on the line with us. No. Please confirm. Okay, he is. All right, ladies and gentlemen, he's a seasoned information security management specialist. He's the past president of Lighthouse Prestige. He's a coach, he's a mentor, he's a public speaker. He wears many hats. He won the Outstanding Toastmaster of the Year, Division F, District 94 in 2023. Please join me with a rousing LEARNTOR kind of welcome to welcome our area director in person of Toastmaster Ayodeji Jayeola. You're going to be having 3 minutes. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Mr. President. Please confirm I can be heard clearly. Can see so many beautiful, okay, thanks for the thumbs up. Yeah, thank you. Can see so many beautiful faces. And I promise the next time I'll be in your presence, I'm talking about coming officially, quote and unquote like this. I will make sure it's physical. The next time I'll be in your presence. Yes, I might join the online meetings, but I think I owe you a physical presence. But let's leave all that. Let's get into the official settings now. So I bring you greetings today from District 130 Director. I'm talking about Toastmaster Kayode Yusuf, DTM. Equally, I'm bringing you greetings from the Division D Director in person of Toastmaster Ayotola Onlariwaju. I'm also bringing you greetings because I know we have stretched the time today and I'm not going to take so much of your time. I'm also bringing you greetings from Area 12, comprising of Surulere Toastmasters, LEARNTOR, Merit Toastmasters, and PSS DC. Why am I here today? Just to charge you. And my charge today is on high performance. Remember, I have 3 minutes. I can see your green card, Madam President. Let me ask a question. What is your brand? Going with the theme of today. Remember, I'm talking about high performance and high performance. What is your own personal brand? What is your unique selling point? TM Liz has given us something wonderful to take home today. But you specifically, what is your selling point? For LEARNTOR, high performance is less of what you do. Toastmasters, we all do practically the same thing. But how you do how you go about what you do. If you want to keep performing in a very high manner, then what you do will be less, how you do it will be much more important. So my charge today is simple. Thank you, I can see the yellow card. My charge today is very simple. I charge you to be good in whatever you find yourself doing. Just be outstanding. Take that as you leave here today. Tell yourself, I want to be outstanding as a member of LEARNTOR, as a member of Toastmasters, irrespective of the club I belong to. In summation, every interaction is a form of branding. Every interaction in any form is a form of branding. Don't stop. Keep speaking. Keep moving on. And I'm sure together we'll get to the promised land. Back to you, Mr. President, and thanks for having me today.
All right. Thank you very much, Area Director, for that charge and words of encouragement. It will only spur us to keep getting better and better and better. On that note, I'd like to quickly take us through a couple of announcements. But before I do that, I want to say a very big thank you to everyone that is here physically. You had to leave what you were doing just to be here. We appreciate that means you have placed a premium price on your own personal development. So thank you for being here. To every guest online, in room, thank you so much for being here as well. We do appreciate and celebrate you. A few key announcements as we go forward. There is no meeting on Sunday. Rather, we will be having our next meeting on the 29th, I beg your pardon, on the 29th, and that will be when we have our club contest, right? The second thing I'd like to remind us of is we're in September, and it's that period where it's time for us to reinvest in our Toastmasters journey and this journey of personal development. So I'd like to encourage each and every one of us to ensure or to strive to renew our membership at this time. For those of you who've already done that, thank you, a big kudos to you. We do appreciate you, we celebrate you, and we look forward to you gaining more and more from this Toastmasters journey. For those who are yet to, we know you're striving to do the same, and we hope you will get it done this month. Is there any other announcements that I may be missing out on? I think those are just the two critical things. The club contest, which comes up on the 29th. It's going to be virtual, by the way. And then, of course, the renewal of our membership. On that note, is anybody voting to adjourn this meeting? All right, we've got guests in the house. Because of time, we're going to close the meeting formally, but I'd like to encourage our guests to please wait behind while we interact with you. We'd love to get to know more about you, and would love to tell you a bit more about Toastmasters and how you can click on that next step in becoming a member of this wonderful community. Anybody moving the adjournment to close? Yes, please. Okay, so please.
I just want to Teresa, in the absence of any other further deliberations, I move this meeting to 29th of September.
And who's seconding that motion? Supported by Toastmaster Elizabeth Iwo. And on that note, it has been an honor. I therefore declare this meeting closed. Thank you, everyone. Yes, please stay online or physically while we interact with you. Thank you so much.
Hello, guest. Do we have any guests online? Hello, Miss Naomi. Thank you, Miss Harriet, for joining the call.
Oh, you're welcome. It was quite early for me, but I made it. I almost
Yes.
slept.
Oh wow. Yes, you should be sleeping really.
It was 5 a.m. when I came in. I was like, "Ooh, I better get up."
Oh wow. Thank you so much. I'm very grateful for your feedback. Honestly, you've given me a different push that I actually did not know I needed. So thank you so much for being here and for listening in.
Oh, wonderful. It's my pleasure.
Yes, I'm going to be disturbing you throughout. Well, I'm not going to disturb you. I will be seeking your advice.
It's not a problem at all. I know what you mean. That's why I'm your mentor. So anytime.
Yes, mentor Aria. Thank you.
You're most welcome.
Toastmaster Emma, Toastmaster Harriet, how you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. I
Oh,
hope to hear your voice
places
again.
now in one. Great speech. Wow, that was good. Very, very
Well,
impressive.
yes.
Just gotta watch your time, that's all.
I know, right? I didn't even know. 4 minutes, 4 minutes, 50 seconds. Like, wow.
Did you not see the timing cards?
I saw it, but I did not know time was going that fast.
When you see the red, you only have 30 seconds to end. Yeah, yeah.
I'm going to start putting timers in front of me now. I think that's the only way to put myself, because I had no time in front of me. The time cards are nice, but having your own
You need it.
Yes.
Yeah, you need it. It's very important. Don't be over again. Let this be the last time.
Okay, boss, it would not happen again.
Otherwise, you will be fired.
I do not want to be fired. No. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. And how is everybody else? We seem to be dominating the conversation.
Right. Hello, Miss Naomi. Bibiana, hello. Hello. Thank you, Area Director Ayodeji. I think he just left.
He just did. He didn't want to talk to us. It's like, gotta go. It was good, really good. I'm glad everybody was able to make it. And I think the link to this wasn't working for me initially. I don't know what had happened, but I managed to get in, so that's good.
Interesting. Interesting.
Yeah, it just kept telling me invalid code. I was like, no. So I don't know, maybe I need to update my Zoom. I'm not sure, but it worked the third time.
Oh, I don't know. Sometimes some people find it difficult to get in, even when they're personally invited. So I really don't know. This technology thing beats me.
Yeah.
Naomi and Bibiana, do you have a moment to unmute yourself? How was the meeting for you? What was the highlights for you, please? You can engage with us. I think it's just the girls here now because there are no other guys.
Maybe they stepped away from their computer.
Maybe. Hello.
John. He's on mute.
Oh, you sound so faint. I can't hear you very clearly.
Yeah, she's not very audible. Or you can just type something if you'd like to. Type something in the chat.
Oh, okay. Well, welcome to the call, Bibiana and Naomi. Thank you for joining. I know you are still thinking of your path on joining Toastmasters. If you have any questions, I'm here to assist with that. As you know, Toastmasters is a platform for communication and public speaking, leadership skills, and many other skills that just comes with serving as well. And we've just had our virtual and physical meeting, which we've all been privileged to witness, which is awesome as well, for you to see how an actual physical meeting is run, even though we went over time. We apologize for that. Do you have any questions, Bibiana and Naomi, regarding the meeting? Or thank you, I see in the chat, it was awesome for me and very enlightening. Oh, that's awesome. That's great. These are very beautiful words. Is there anything that you learned from this experience? Do you feel like, for example, an icebreaker speech is something that you may be able to do now, Bibiana? Yeah, I'm going to probably give you time to reply because I still can't hear you. I still can't hear you. DTM Harriet, are you doing any tall tales? Because I know you're part of many other groups and clubs. Are you doing any tall tales with your any other clubs?
I hadn't decided whether I'm going to be competing yet. I'm still have that competing fever in my system right now. I need to get it out, but I need to get a speech that's worth. I'm not really. I don't know how to make up stuff. So that's the problem. I'll have to think of a story that sounds unbelievable but believable and funny. So I've never done a tall tales, so that would be the first for me. So I'm not competing with anybody so far this year, this semester. I mean, this month, this period. I'm just working on my international speech right now. It's been more of my focus than all the other speeches because they take a lot of energy out of you. Like I'm still, yeah, they do. Are you doing it?
Yes,